We are now at day 23 of my 30-day series where I'm sharing my stories, my lived experience, and building my personal brand. Have you ever seen the movie Catch Me If You Can? It stars Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's based on the incredible true story of Frank Abagnale Jr., who managed to convince people that he was a pilot, a doctor, and even a lawyer all before he was 21. And when he was eventually caught, one of the questions that he was asked was, how were you able to manage to teach a university psychology class when you weren't a professor? And his answer was always like, it baffled me. He said this, he said, I just stayed one chapter ahead of the students. Now, before anybody misunderstands what I'm saying here, I'm not talking about pretending to be something that you're not. I'm talking about the principle behind this. See, so many women that I work with will say, who am I to teach this? I'm not an expert. I don't have enough experience. But here's what I've always learned and understood. You don't have to know everything. Sometimes you just need to know a little bit more than the person that you're helping. Maybe you've already started a business that they might want to start. Maybe you've navigated a career change or a pivot that they're about to make. And maybe you've rebuilt your confidence after a really hard season. Maybe you've learned lessons in something that could save someone thousands of dollars, months of frustration, and trying to figure it all out on their own. Now, that's the value of lived experience. It collapses time. It helps people avoid the mistakes. It gives them the confidence because you've already walked that path. So we live in a world where people value speed. They're happy to invest in someone who can help them get the results faster. That's why your experience is so valuable. When you can package your knowledge, your wisdom, and your lived experience into a simple framework, step 1, step 2, step 3, like A, B, C, D, you've created something of value. That's how businesses are built. That's how personal brands are built, not because they knew everything when they started, but because they were just one chapter ahead of the person who they were helping. So let me ask you, what are you one chapter ahead in? Because whatever your answer is, there will be someone who wants to learn from you, someone who would be happy to invest in your experience because it saves them time, money, and years of trying to figure it out on their own. Maybe that's the gold in your lived experience, and maybe that's your next chapter. So follow along as I turn my lived experience into a personal brand, one story, one lesson, and one day at a time. I'll see you tomorrow.